As India celebrates its 77th Republic Day, public images of Indian Air Force's super weaponry have also come to light. Stunning reveal of the game-changer series of weapons of Indian Air Force. This is Indian Air Force's big Republic Day weapons reveal. It's also the first video of the Rafale with a Meteor missile and those unseen footage of Tejas firing those missiles, and the first footage of Balakot weapons on Mirage. And this is the Indian Air Force silencing Pakistan lies on weaponry and Operation Sindoor. My colleague Vishnu joins us with more details on this. Vishnu, help us understand the significance of these visuals, these videos here. What is the larger message that India is trying to send out?
Well, I think on Republic Day, and these are images which NDTV has been able to go through very carefully. These images exist within an Air Force video which has just been released. It shows a Meteor long-range air-to-air missile on a Rafale aircraft. This comes at a time when there were those who said that the Meteor missile didn't exist in the arsenal of the Indian Air Force, despite the fact that a contract had been signed. Therefore, the fact that you've actually got this missile visible on the Rafale is very, very important. Secondly, it shows the Indian-made Astra missile. It's an air-to-air missile on the Sukhoi 30 fighter. This is a huge addition to the arsenal of the Indian Air Force, and there are very few occasions when the Astra has been seen on the Sukhoi 30 in an operational role. There is another picture which shows a venerable Jaguar fighter aircraft of the Indian Air Force armed with the Astra air-to-air missile. In other words, this is a platform which has been upgraded substantially. There is also a picture of an Indian Air Force BrahMos missile which is slung under the fuselage of a Sukhoi 30 fighter. And finally, there is an image of another Rafale which has the Hammer smart bombs. It's got the Meteor missile as well. And one more weapon system which has been showcased, and this is important, is the Rampage missile. The Rampage missile is an air-to-surface missile with extreme precision. I believe it was used during Operation Sindoor, and it has been mounted on the Sukhoi 30 fighter. So all in all, several of these are absolutely brand new generation missile systems for Indian Air Force fighters, which are being showcased for the first time. Some of these would have been used during Operation Sindoor. Unclear if all of them were, but it actually is the Air Force showing off the fighter of the missile systems on its aircraft, something it never does.
Right. Shiv Arur also joins us now. Shiv, Vishnu has been reporting that this is the first time that, the Air Force has also released something like this. Explain to us, is this also to silence people who have been pointing fingers?
That's correct. This is a very, very crucial news break by Vishnu. He's obtained these pictures before anyone else. And that the Indian Air Force has put these out on Republic Day is of extreme significance, Vasudha, because as you know, since Operation Sindoor, the Indian Air Force has spoken, not with narrative or propaganda, but, by the sheer strength of evidence of the damage it actually did inside Pakistan. And despite that, Pakistan has been on a campaign of dishonesty, lies, attempting to subvert the facts, even with their entire airspace completely paralyzed during Operation Sindoor. They talked about the absence of certain weapons, the loss of aircraft, and so many other things. And what this video, it's a tiny video, it's just about a minute long, but it captures, as Vishnu described, weaponry that hasn't been seen before or is very rarely seen in this kind of configuration. The message is very clear that the Indian Air Force is fully armed. These were the very aircraft that were actually deployed to do the striking inside Pakistan. As Vishnu correctly said, it's mysteriously left unsaid whether these very weapons were actually deployed. It is certainly true that some of them were. We know the BrahMos was. We know the Scalp was. We don't know, tantalizingly, if the Meteor, which is one of the longest-range air-to-air missiles in the world, Vasudha, whether it was actually deployed to shoot down some of those aircraft inside Pakistan. But the message from this, especially on Republic Day, is that the Indian Air Force, will speak at a time and a place of its choosing. It does not respond, to campaigns of propaganda and lies that have been continuing for, over 6 months since Operation Sindoor by Pakistan and its allies, and that the Indian Air Force, has the strength and it doesn't need to do anything else to display it. So today is a very important day for aviation and weaponry aficionados around the world. This is an absolute gold mine captured within that 1 minute.
Right. Also, Shiv, explain to us the importance of the Air Force releasing this video on Republic Day, because this is the first Republic Day after Operation Sindoor. Air Force showcasing its arsenal, and that too an impressive small video like this. What is the larger message that India is trying to send out?
For the Indian Air Force, as Vishnu and I reported during Operation Sindoor, one of the great things about air power is that one doesn't need to speak about it. One doesn't need to clarify because the after effects of Operation Sindoor, as Vishnu and I reported, were plain to see. They were there for everyone to see. Satellite images that were always accessed first by Vishnu on NDTV, provided the first global proof of what the Indian Air Force had actually done. And therefore, the Indian Air Force never needed to take a front seat in terms of explaining to the world what had actually happened. The significance of releasing these pictures and Vishnu obtaining them on Republic Day is that this is a day where where gratitude is shown to the armed forces, where gallantry and courage and bravery during operations is recognized and acknowledged by the country. And on a day of that kind, to put out these images, I think it instills in the public a kind of renewed reassurance, if I may use that phrase, Vasudha, that the Indian Air Force is ever ready. Millions of citizens got a chance to see some of those combat aircraft in the flesh today over Kartavya. But it's a reminder, I think, that radiates out to the entire country that the Indian Air Force never rests, it's always ready, and it's clearly armed to the teeth.
Right. Thank you, Shiv, and thank you, Vishnu, for joining us. Like Shiv said, this is a stunning reveal of our India's arsenal, and also, more importantly, an assurance by India that it's capable of protecting itself.